Hello, guys. Welcome back to the Laker family, where the Lakers suffered their first loss of opening night season of the NBA to the Los Angeles Clippers. We all know how they always start out the year on a spectacular fashion, and we saw how it ended up playing out in the bubble this past season. All I got to do is basically just give the Clipper fans, a great round of applause. What else do you want? You want a cookie to go along with it because, yeah, y'all look good tonight. I'm not going to take anything away from what the Flippers did tonight and how good they looked in spurts. Kawhi Leonard looked like a machine from the mid range. Paul George, Pandemic P, he even looked good tonight. Really, honestly, he was the MVP of this game tonight. And it was sickening to see him do this because he's like the least person that you would think of that would have really owned this game, especially based on how he left off playing in the bubble. I felt like the Lakers came out a lot sloppy tonight. And sometimes that's to be expected when you get these ceremonial things like that. They got the rings, and I think we saw this. When the Lakers came, I don't want to compare this to the Kobe game because that was totally different, but it kind of felt like that. You remember how the Lakers had this big ceremonial thing for Kobe, and then they kind of came out with just kind of lackadaisical mind, just not really on the game. And it kind of felt like the same thing tonight after they were crowned and given their rings. There were some very pretty rings, by the way. It was a nice touch on how they did the rings, the ring giveaway, with their parents on the screen and things of that nature. Of course, nothing beats having the fans there, but I felt like they did the best they could. So I was happy to see that, and but still, you got to get down to business once the game starts, and the Lakers just wasn't ready. They were not ready. I want to say like third quarter, the Lakers had a chance to really just tie the game and then finally get that first lead of the game. But it was kind of like the Lakers almost really just didn't even really want it, to be honest with you. It was almost like, well, if we win it, we win it. If we don't, we don't. And in all reality, it's not that big of a deal. It's just the first game of the season, and we lost the first game against them last year, and we still ended up being crowned the champs. But at the same token, I told y'all I love the fire, the never quit that the Lakers showed throughout the whole preseason. They, for some reason, did not maintain that mentality tonight. It was almost like, if we win, we win, and if we lose, we lose. I want to say first quarter, very, very terrible. We were missing free throws. Turnover after turnover, guys missing assignments defensively, Clippers just getting the ball, they were scoring so many points off of our turnovers, leaving so many of their guys wide open. They were getting whatever they wanted. Second quarter, I think we were really saved by the Clippers offense. They had kind of went in a low of themselves and began breaking a lot of threes, a lot of open shots, botched layups, things like that kind of helped us stay in the game. Third quarter, we kind of started trying to take advantage of some things, and I felt like third quarter was our best quarter. We got back in the game, but we just could never quite get over the hump. We would either get within a point, and it stayed like that for like maybe 5 minutes throughout the whole third quarter. We just could not get over the hump. And Pandemic P came on right on cue, midway through the third quarter, and on through the whole fourth quarter. He just took control of the game, and it was all she wrote. It was over with. I felt like the Lakers went away from Anthony Davis for too long of stretches in this game, and we had these problems at the beginning of last season where we would find ourselves going away from Anthony Davis too long stretches in games. We can't do that this year. I feel like Anthony Davis is primed for MVP type season, but we cannot go away from him like that in a game, especially a game of this magnitude where you're going against a hated rival. Coach Vogel, I felt like his rotations were they weren't the best. They wasn't bad, but it wasn't the best. I felt like he didn't keep Anthony Davis and LeBron James on the floor for long enough stretches, and he would either have when the Clippers would have Paul George and Kawhi Leonard out there on the floor at the same time, he would Frank Vogel would either have Anthony Davis out there by himself or he would have LeBron James out there by himself too long. So the Clippers were attacking with their duo in flurries while Frank Vogel had one of our superstars sitting down on the bench. That was one of the only major things I didn't like about his rotation. And another one was I felt like he didn't give THT enough run this game. Yes, he had the early foul trouble with the quick 3 fouls, but he didn't really play him at all in the second half until late in the game when it was pretty much out of hand. I felt like THT could have gave us some type of boost of energy that was severely lacking. Also, Marc Gasol, he was terrible. To say the least, he was very terrible this game. I'm not going to sit up here and just cancel the guy for the whole season. No. Today was just a very bad game from Marc Gasol. He looked very slow, like he had concrete for feet. Could not keep up with nobody on pick and rolls. Even on one-on-one matchups, he was just completely, repeatedly getting blown by. And it's kind of scary to think that we don't have a Dwight type of center that had flighter feet of foot to keep up better with pick and roll situations. And I feel like that may be a piece that we need to seriously look into before the trade deadline. Because we saw how quickly he got in foul trouble. He kind of got abused and then quickly just got in foul trouble because he just could not move his feet well enough. He had 1 rebound. I can't remember even if he had a block in this game. But it was just that bad of a performance from Marc Gasol. I couldn't wait for Montrezl Harrell. He couldn't get in the game quick enough with what I was seeing from Marc Gasol. Montrezl Harrell, he gave us energy, a little bit of life, along with Dennis Schroeder. He gave us some life as well. He put on a show in the third quarter and was keeping us at bay, but we just couldn't do enough. Kyle Kuzma really didn't do a whole lot until garbage time. He ended up with like 15 or 17 points, but it was a little too late. Wesley Matthews, oh my God, he falls into the category with Marc Gasol tonight. The poor guy just got physically and mentally abused out there tonight on the defensive end. Kawhi Leonard was just having his way with him. From what I saw from Wesley Matthews, he didn't look no better than what we got from Danny Green defensively last year. Matter of fact, Danny Green even looked a little bit better defensively than what I seen from Wesley Matthews tonight. Hopefully, that's not who Wesley Matthews will be for the rest of the season. But it's same thing like I said with Marc Gasol. I'm not going to cancel him. It was just for this particular game. He looked terrible. He missed wide open threes. That was, LeBron was giving him wide open looks. He was just breaking them. Caruso didn't look crisp tonight. He bricked some threes that could have kind of, gave us a lead, and he also had a few crucial turnovers. And so sloppy game overall from our team, except the third. Other than the third quarter, it was just a complete slop fest out there. 19 turnovers, very unacceptable. Unacceptable. The free throws. I can't remember how many we made, but I know that I was seeing too many bricks from the free throw line. We got to tighten up that defense. Yes, Clippers is a good team, and Clippers might be the toughest team besides the Nuggets in the West that we will be facing. So it's not a panic type situation because we're going to look very dominant against other teams besides the other top two teams I mentioned in the West. We're going to look very dominant and run through those teams, and that's going to give us a chance to get guys acclimated, get guys feeling very comfortable with the system that we're trying to run. So it's nothing there to be worried about. But at the end of the day, we always hate to lose to the Flippers. I gotta admit, Pandemic P, he looked great, and like his interview he just had at the end of the game with Charles now, he was saying, it wasn't very easy for him after those two shoulder surgeries, and that may have played a factor into him just not having the best season that he wanted to last year. But if he plays like this for the rest of the season, then the Clippers are really, they have a better shot than what I previously thought. They have a better shot of pushing the Lakers to maybe 6 games or something like that in a playoff series. Like I said, I'm not totally over concerned. I just want us in the future, especially in games like this, do not go away from Anthony Davis. He was making tough shot after tough shot. And even when they would double, he was finding guys wide open. He was making great plays out of the post. So he was making the Clippers pay whether they doubled or not. But we just went away from it. I would love to see us not do that in the upcoming future. But I don't want to make this video too long. I think I got the meat and the crux of it. But I will see y'all guys in the next video for that recap. And as always, thank y'all for watching and support y'all boy by like, sharing, and subscribing. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.